All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping on this morning. It is August 21st. I'm super excited. I am recording the call so that anyone else that hops on or can't hop on today, they can catch the recording. But basically, this is our call that we call our Getting Started Right call. And basically, we're just going to give you, an overview of what you should expect to be doing as a coach, how to briefly set up what's important in your back office. I don't want to overwhelm you, but and also what you should expect in your training. So we are actually revamping our training. Our training used to be anywhere from 2 weeks to 21 days, but we have shortened it to 5 days. Lucky you guys. So basically you are getting like what's most important so that you can get, rolling in terms of helping other people and make your investment back, which is the great thing. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of who I am. Okay, no, Maria. Hi, Maria Elena. She just jumped out. I don't know if you're muted or not. But anyway, so basically, let me just give you a little overview of, or a little introduction of who I am, if you don't know who I am or how I even became a coach. So I'm not going to bore you with that story. But basically, almost 2.5 years ago, I was a new stay-at-home mom. Matthias was only 8 months at the time. And something that you will learn about me is that I've never been into fitness, into working out. I'm not an outdoorsy or sporty type of girl. That's just not my cup of tea. But lucky for me, I never really struggled with weight. But then once I had the baby, I was left with some post-baby weight. And I was desperately trying to find ways to lose the baby weight. And I even counted calories, which was just a nightmare, having to count everything, a bread, freaking everything, coffee, anything that you put in the coffee, whatever. I was like, I can't do this. So finally, I decided to reach out to my photographer who actually did my maternity photos, my newborn photos when Matthias is born. And I had seen what she looked like before. Not that she was like overweight or anything, but then I saw a transformation photo and she was inviting people to a challenge group, which many of you are a part of now or have been a part of at some point in your journey. And I was like, what is this challenge group thing all about? I don't know what they're talking about. But I saw what she looked like before and what she looked like after, or currently at that time. And I said, you know what? I know what she looks like. Or I know her personally, so this must be true. I had seen infomercials of Focus T25, and it was only 25 minutes. And I would tell Jorge, my husband, we should do this. It's only 25 minutes. And he would look at me and say, no, we have P90X here sitting, waiting for us to finish it. And we never finished it. And he's like, unless we finish that, we're not buying anything else. And I'm like, I'm not doing an hour workout. I failed at that miserably before, and I'm not going to sign up for it again. So, and I said, look at all these transformations. But then we would look at each other and think, are those fake? Like, who's these Beachbody people? So, and then when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, this is real, because now I knew her, right? I had that trust in her. And so that's what this is all about, right? Building credibility, because people know who you are, people can connect with you, and people know your story. So when they see that it's working for you, people that, that your loved ones, your family, your friends, then it's easy to help them, because now they have, someone that they know that's had success with it. And that's what and that's really what it's all about. So at that point, I decided, 25 minutes, I'm not going to do an hour. We're getting into this. He's like, all right, whatever. So we did it. He joined. He decided to do it with me. The challenge group was only for ladies, so he supported me at home. We started the process together. And about 2 weeks in, our Shakeology was running low because we only bought one bag. And at that point, I was like, okay, we got to buy another bag because we're running out of shake. And like, I'm loving this shake. And then I posted in my challenge group that I wanted to maybe taste another flavor if somebody, can tell me about the other ones that they were drinking. And at that point, my coach reached out to me privately and said, do you want to save 25%? I'm not kidding you guys. Look, I'm going to show you. This is always in my bag. Ziplocs with coupons. So when she said 25%, I said, where do I sign? What do I need to do? I need to save 25% of my 2 bags. And I did the math. I'm a numbers girl. So I was like, yes, sign me up. So we started to get 2 bags. Remember, I was a stay-at-home mom. So there was no income that I was producing. It was just Jorge. So I was feeling horrible already about not being able to contribute, financially to the home. And now I was actually incurring expenses, right, with the 2 bags. So little did I know that I would become a coach. And people started then once we bought the 2 bags, people started to ask me, because I remember posting on Facebook just nonchalantly, like, this is where I am, this is where I was before, and this is where, I am today. And it's just, I'm not where I want to be, but I am seeing progress, and I'm really excited. And I was just very genuine about it. I never did I think that I was going to, have interest of people. And I started to get influx of comments and messages and text messages from my friends and family saying, what are you doing? You look great. And I'm like, I'm not even where I want to be, but they just wanted to know what I was doing and they wanted to join. And I said, oh, well, I guess I need to open a challenge group. I was part of one. I saw how my coach ran hers, and it wasn't rocket science. And I said, I don't know. She was fairly new at the time as well. I think that when I was in her challenge group, she had been a coach for 3 months. And so I saw how she was doing it. She's being genuine. All she was doing was, posting recipes, checking our meals, motivation. And I said, I can do that. Why not? And so I went into the back office and I stumbled upon, just a bunch of information that Beachbody provides us with, so that you are able to run your challenge groups yourself without having to, be all overwhelmed with what do I post today? What do I post tomorrow? They really just put everything really nicely laid out for you. And I ran with the idea. I believe that my first group, my sister was part of my first group, and she's here. Elena is on the call. And basically, it was about 5 of us, 6 including me, and it was family and friends. And all I was doing, like I said, was sharing my journey. And they wanted to lose weight, to get healthy as well. And it was just very simple and very, just very genuine. Everybody was just there supporting each other. And that's what a challenge group is, right? And at the first group, many people knew each other. But then as I continue to be a coach, now I'm a coach 2 years later, a lot of people don't know each other. But in that group, because you're providing each other with support and accountability, it feels like you know everybody. You see their names, you see what their struggles are, because we share openly what it is that we're going through. And so it's a very nice group of ladies, and sometimes guys, that just push each other to meet their goals, and because this is not supposed to be a perfect journey. It's never going to be. We're not perfect individuals. And so you're going to fall on your face. You're going to fall off the wagon. And our job as coaches is to reach out and say, hey, what's going on? Let's get you back on that wagon and let's keep pushing forward, right? So so then once I started to notice, I promise you, I didn't even know I was going to get paid. How I found out that I was going to get paid as a coach was because I stumbled upon, and I'm going to show you today how to do that, to put in my direct deposit information. And I was like, oh, you get paid? Literally, I had no idea. I was like, oh my goodness. But again, I didn't know how much we were going to get paid. But I said, what? Direct deposit? I came from human resources. So I knew that meant payment. So I went in, I put my information. And when I got my first check, I was just like floored. I was like, what? I was like, we get paid this much? And I literally said to my husband, you know what? I am going to help enough people to pay for our 2 bags of Shakeology. And that was my motivation every month. Not only because I knew it was working for me and that it would be selfish for me not to pay it forward to other people, but because now I felt empowered to help him, pay like those 2 bags of Shakeology. And so I said, I promise you, you will never have to pay for this again. And if we move on to a different program, I promise you that you will also, not pay for those. And that's exactly what I did. And now almost 29 months later, I am actually paying for our entire mortgage by myself. I am paying for our car note. I actually pay for my own expenses, because before I would be like, oh my God, I have curly hair. I use Diva Curl products, which are not cheap. And I would literally like wash my hair once a week so that I didn't have to have him buy this stuff. I felt bad. Don't laugh. It's true. My sister's laughing at me, but it's true. I felt so bad because, like the big one is like $40 now. Before it was like 30 something. And so I just felt guilty, having we had a newborn. That's expensive. If you guys are moms here, you guys know that that's expensive. And so I just was trying to, minimize expenses here. And so once I was able to pay for my own stuff, I was like, yes, I'm scoring here. It's winning. #winning. So anyway, so basically, I'm paying for the mortgage, for the car note, my own expenses, and I still have enough money to save, which is amazing. And so that's what I want to do for each and every single one of you guys that have committed to wanting to help other people, because people are already noticing that you guys are losing weight, that you guys are, feeling good and looking good, and people start to notice that kind of stuff. Your attitude changes, right? Your mindset starts to change. It starts to shift. And so the idea is that you set small goals, because that's what it's about. You can always set bigger goals, but you have to set small goals that are going to get you to that bigger one. And so my goals and my purpose have changed, across or throughout these past 2.5 years. And so that's what I want you to focus on. The fact that at first it's going to be one thing you're going after, and then when you meet that, you're going to go for something bigger and greater. So that's my story. Basically, I am the founder of Team Advent. 29 months ago, it was just me. And here we are with amazing coaches on this team who, have gotten a transformation or are making all these progress, in their journey, whether it's their physical transformations, whether it's their mental one, emotional one. And they are just so ecstatic about this process and journey that they want to help other people. And so I'm excited that many of you guys have already started to experience the challenge group, how they work, the community, and also that you have been inspired to want to help someone else. And the idea is that you focus on helping one person, 2 people, 3 people, and we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to show you the basic stuff. And I want you to always remember that it has to come from a good place in your heart, right? It has to be a genuine help. You can't come into this business thinking, I'm going to become rich. You can, but I want you to know that your bank account is going to be a direct reflection of the amount of lives that you impact. Not, because you can't come, this is not a sales position. It's not. And so if you remember that, you will be very successful here. This is where you are going to just share. I remember, because I'm in human resources. Well, I was in human resources before, and I would always come home and talk to Jorge about the things that we would, the things that were happening at work, because my position really focused on firing people. And then I would hear the things that he dealt with, and I was like, I don't know how he deals with those things, because, he's in sales. And I don't have the skin for that, And so I want you to always remember that this is not a sales position. You are just, in the business of relationships, of building relationships and helping people. That's it. All right. So that's my story. And then I want to go over a little bit of what the back office looks like. I'm not going to go crazy in there. I'm going to actually put a video during your probably tomorrow on your first day so that you can set up your profile. And basically your profile is necessary because when you start to direct people to your website, and they check you out, you want to make sure that you have a picture there of yourself so that they know that they are in the right place, right? That's not the one thing. But I'm going to show you how to set your direct deposit if you haven't yet, because that's important. Because as you start to help people, then Beachbody is going to deposit money there. And just remember that that your goal should always be to help at least 3 people a month. And the reason I say that is because that's what's going to ensure that you make your investment back that you spent in your program. And also that will always cover your Shakeology moving forward, because Shakeology is about $97.50, right, every month as a coach. If you were a customer, it's $130, which I think, I personally think $130 is still cheap, because that's like $4.33 per shake, I believe. And if I'm doing the math correctly, and Starbucks is like what, like $5, and it's full of sugar and it's not helping you. So to me, it's the way you view our products. If you feel that they are, reasonable, then that's the energy you're going to give someone else, and they are going to feel that and they're going to receive that. So $97.50 for you guys, and then our coach fee, depending on the state you're in. If it's in New York, it's $17. If it is outside of New York, if you're in Jersey, it's $15.95, or outside of New York, it's $15.95. New Yorkers pay more. Yeah, we do. So basically, we're talking $114.50, maybe like $115. So you're saving $15, right, from the original bag, which is $130. So if you help 3 people, that will cover your bag. So, and then you'll learn basically how to earn and all that great stuff throughout the trainings. I don't want to focus on that today. But just remember, 3 people every month, minimum 3 people, that will cover your shake. You should not be paying for your shake if you are paying it forward, period. All right. All right. So let me share my screen. Nilda, you're going to be proud of me. There's a lot of tabs that are closed today. Nilda always freaks out because I always have like a lot of things. Look, Nilda, 4 tabs. You should be proud of me. Hang on, this is not, come on, here we go. All right, so this is the back office, guys. I'm gonna, this is basically your office, your Beachbody office. I'm not gonna, go over everything, but I'm just gonna show you like the basic things. So you're gonna log in. So teambeachbody.com is your office. All right, so teambeachbody.com. And then you're gonna log in. All right, so basically, I just want to point out Beachbody On Demand is here. If you are like a fairly new Beachbody coach who started within the last 30 days, you actually have access to Beachbody On Demand through our club membership, which is given to you for free for the first 30 days. If you decide to keep it beyond that, it'll be a quarterly charge of $39.95 or $38 something. And basically what that does is give you access to Beachbody On Demand. One of our coaches, Carolina Lopez, calls it the Netflix of exercise. And so your purchase programs are there, and just vast majority, like a bunch of our programs, basically. Not all of them, but like the P90X families there. You have Shanine Johnson programs there. Probably some Ashanti's. So, this is something that you want to take a note of. And then this is the shop button. So if you want to, purchase something in your account as a coach, you want to log in first and then go here. All right, now I'm going to show you the Coach Online Office, which is basically, where you are going to come in, and this is your office. All right, so the first thing I want you to take a look at is your Coach ID. That's very important. Why? Because some of your customers may ask you for that. They might have had an account with Beachbody before, and now they want to work with you. So you want to be able to know what your Coach ID is. So make sure that you have that. And then I want you to take a look at your contact list. Basically, or your, what do we call that? The support team, your support team. And basically that is your sponsoring coach. So for many of you, I am your sponsoring coach. So my name will appear here. For many of you, I am also your diamond coach. Maybe not for some of you. We have many diamonds on this team. So someone else's name may appear here. And then we have a few star diamonds as well. If not, my name will appear there. But the reason I point your contact team is because we want you to know that you are a part of a family and that you'll never be in this journey by yourself. And so, at first it might seem a little daunting, because it's like any new job, right? The first 90 days feels a little overwhelming because you're receiving a lot of information. But we want to make sure that you stay connected with your team, that you stay connected with us, and that if something doesn't make sense, that you please ask us for, for advice or for, ask us questions and that kind of stuff, all right? So make sure that you know that. So now I'm going to show you how to, this is important too, Coach Breaking News. And then you'll learn all about that this week as well. And basically the breaking news is how Beachbody stays connected with us, gives us information about new programs, about new development, about, calls that they do and all that great stuff. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to put down your bank information. So you're going to go to My Business, and then you're going to go into My EFT Management, and that's how you're going to get set up your direct deposit. So I'm going to give you the path once again. It's teambeachbody.com. You're going to log in. Then you're going to go to Coach Online Office, My Business, and then My EFT Management. All right. That is to set up your direct deposit. Then on your own, you are going to set up your website. There's only two. This is the Beachbody Coach website and then your Shakeology website. So make sure you set those up. And it's very, very simple. You can do it in English and Spanish. All you're doing, guys, is following this path and hitting edit. You're putting your name and your email address or your phone number, whatever you want people to contact you with, and that's it. And then you're going to save it. All right? So that's all I'm going to show you in the back office. Once you start to help people, then I will come back in here and give you another training on how to check your customers, like, orders and all that. I don't want to overwhelm you with that. So that's with this. Now, the other piece that I want to show you is the news and trainings. Trainings are important throughout your coach journey because this is how you are going to learn all the things that you need to learn in order to make you a successful coach. We want you to be, successful. We want you to be independent because that's what's going to entail your success as a coach. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start. So Beachbody, as you can see real quickly, they actually have broken training down where you're doing them based on your rank. What I always recommend is that you do the training above your rank so that you start to do, it's just like a job, right? In order for you to get a promotion, you have to start doing the responsibilities above yours, right? So you have to start showing initiative. And so we're going to start here where it says getting started, but then you can on your own come back to training and do the coach and the Emerald Ruby training. But that can be done after your 5-day training with us. And then I'm going to tell you what we're going to discuss during your next 5 days of training. But first I want to show you this document that's important. So these are the things that you should know as a coach that just started your journey, which is connecting with your upline coach, which you're doing today and you've done before with me. We're going to complete the business quick start. I'm going to show you how to find that document. And not only that, I'm going to need you to print it or save it onto your computer, fill it out, and send it to me by Friday this week, which is when your training is done. You're going to be drinking Shakeology daily, and you're going to be working out following your schedule for whatever program you're doing, which many of you are already doing. You're going to invest 10 minutes of personal development, which is one of our vital behaviors. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. And I'm actually going to provide your first book for you. It's an audiobook, and we also have the ebook. And then you're going to start your Coach Basics training tomorrow. what to know. So now I've showed you who your coach team is, your sponsoring coach, your diamond coach, and your upline coach. You know where to find your coach ID. And you will learn how to navigate your coach online office. I will put a very short video throughout this week on how you can navigate this website, because it can be a little daunting at times, but once you start to utilize it on a daily basis, then you know where to go. Just like I said, just like a new job. And then how to set up your business website, and the club membership, you'll learn about all the goodness of that. Okay, so now the 4 vital behaviors we'll go over in a quick second. And this is the quick start. This is where you are going to print or save and then send to me. So again, once you're in your coach online office, you're going to go to news and trainings. Then you're going to go to trainings, then getting started and learn how. And that's where you're going to find this document. All right. So now I'm going to open it. And I'm going to quickly walk you through this. All right, so this is where you would put your coach ID, your websites once you set them up, and it's basically your what is that called? The I think it's just the profile, your profile name. So mine is Gabby ZL on all of them. And this one doesn't exist anymore, guys. The Ultimate Reset website, they don't have that anymore. Shakeology. So mine is Gabby ZL for all of them. I think that's what you call it, profile, your profile name. And then you will put the names of your supporting team here. Okay, so I want to actually point something out for you guys. When I first started, if you remember, I told you that my coach had been a coach for 3 months herself. So she was fairly new, and she didn't know much about the business either. And so what did I do? Because I'm a self-starter, and I knew that I wanted to pay those 2 bags of Shakeology. So I made it my business to find out what I needed to find out and learn what I needed to learn about this business so that I can make enough to cover those 2 bags of Shakeology. And so I would call Coach Relations. I swear, I feel like I call them like every day, like 3 times a day. I literally would call and they already knew my name. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I want to point out that that is where you will find the Coach Relations number. So I would actually recommend that you make that part of your contact list. I have the Coach Relations number in my cell phone. So that is the number that you will call. But prior to calling them to find out information, I recommend that you go to the FAQ. And quite honestly, you don't have to be on this document to look for the FAQs. So once you're in your Coach Online office, doesn't matter what tab you're in, if you go scroll all the way down, you see where it says FAQ. 90% of the time, your question is going to be, your answer to a question you have is going to be there, FAQ. All right, so that's one thing. The other thing that really helped me, besides calling Coach Relations, is Google and YouTube, because there's a ton of information of other coaches that have made videos and made documents that they put out in the internet. So if you can't find it there and Coach Relations can't help you, then obviously you can come back to your sponsoring coach and ask them that question. But I want you guys to get in the mindset of being a self-starter, being able to find the answer for yourself. And what I would do is that if you are a little unsure, you come with the question to your sponsoring coach and say, you know what, I actually Googled this, or I YouTubed this, or I went to the FAQ, and this is what the answer I came up with. Is this correct? And I promise you that they will be able to look at that very quickly and say, yeah, that's correct. The other piece to it is that you can always put that question into the team page and say, hey guys, I'm having a hard time finding the answer to this question. I'm hoping that someone in this page can help me, figure this out. And there are a lot of team members that will be more than willing to help you out. So make sure that you utilize all the resources that you have. And the reason I want you to get into that mindset is that because once you start growing your team, what you don't want is to have all your new people come to you for everything. You want to make them independent from the get. So that's what I want to make sure to instill in you guys, that I want to make sure that you guys are independent so that when you are paying it forward to your other coaches, that they are independent as well. So getting and staying connected with Beachbody. Beachbody does an amazing job at this. So make sure that you are connected with them on Facebook, on Instagram. They have a Twitter account. You know, they are just like all over social media. They have a YouTube account. So make sure that you are following all of these social media pages. And then I'm going to ask that you request to have access to the Champions group. It's Beachbody Champions group on Facebook. And they do trainings for new coaches there all the time. They have, you know, good posts in there. They have good information. And this is a group that is actually ran by corporate. So make sure that you, that should be your first homework today, actually, to make sure that you are part of this group. Another thing is the National Wake Up Call. As I said, Beachbody does an excellent job in teaching us and staying connected and wanting us to be very, very successful. So they actually have a call every Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is for our the people on the East Coast. It's 11 a.m. Many of you have full-time jobs, so I totally understand that. So if you can't listen live, I want you to listen to the playback on Monday so that you are able to catch the goodness of these calls. I'm actually going to post the information for the call this Monday. And it's basically successful coaches that are asked by corporate to share their tips and their tricks and all the wealth of information with us. Half-hour call is nothing, guys. The other thing that you can do is that you can download, what's it called? It's called, hang on, my iPhone people. Hang on. It's called, what's it called, guys? I'm trying to look for it. Podcast. So iPodcast. So it's an app, so download it on your phone if you don't have it already. I think mine came with it. And then all you're going to do is open it and then search for Team Beachbody. And they have one in Spanish and they have one in English. And all the calls that, since they started running the National Wake Up Call, are there. It's archived of them of like years and years. And every week it's uploaded with the new one. And that could be part of your personal development. It's half hour. If you drive to work, I would suggest that you play it, you know, on your way to work and back, and then boom, you're done with one. So make sure that you are, and this, guys, is a non-negotiable. National Wake Up Calls are going to help you grow your business. The other one that is a non-negotiable is our team call. Every Thursday at 9:30, Team Advent has a team call, and we basically also have a topic every single week to help you grow your business. So non-negotiable, National Wake Up Call. If you can't listen live, listen to the recording. And then at 9:30 p.m. for our team call every Thursday. That's a non-negotiable. All right. So now you are going to set up your businesses throughout this week's journey, which is your training week. All right. And then if you want to get ahead of the game today, you are more than welcome to do that by opening this page. And then you can actually click on these and it'll hyperlink to these videos. We're going to create your action plan in a second. You are going to be able to identify people to help. And that is what you are going to be doing this week in training. All right. You are going to have access to the memory jogger as well as your contact list. So we will help you create this list this week. And then you're going to be engaging in training, which is our first weekend training. And then let me just walk you through our 4 vital behaviors. Our 4 vital behaviors are integral to your business. And they are super important for you to succeed. It's like when you go to the hospital, right? Or you go to the ER, what is the first thing they do? They check your vitals because they're important to make sure you're still alive, that you know that everything is working properly. And so these are the 4 behaviors. If one of these is off, you will see it reflected in your business. And I can tell when someone is struggling with any of these or all of them or 2 of them. So the first one is invite, invite, invite. which is basically the invitation process. You should be inviting people to join you, to help people, join a challenge group, to lose weight, to tone up, to gain weight, to just be healthy, right? So we are going to show you how to do that in this training. So I don't want you to freak out today, right now, because you're like, invite. I don't even know how to talk to people. We're going to teach you how to do that. You are going to be proof the product works, right? And that you guys are all doing. You are already drinking Shakeology. You are all following a Beachbody program. And the idea is that people can see that you are a walking success story. I actually didn't have business cards for a very long time. But guess what, guys? I actually didn't need them because I poured myself into my challenge groups, and I made sure that each member that participated was a walking business card for me. So that when someone saw them, they would say, oh my God, what are you doing? And they would immediately refer me to that person because they had a good experience. Our job is to make sure that our people are getting results. So as long as you are drinking your Shakeology and you are, following the program and eating well, you are going to be proof the product works. The third one is the personal development. This one is so important. Many people say this should be listed as number one. And that's because we live in a world that is, the majority of the time, is filled with negativity. And so if we allow it, we get sucked into that. And so our job is that we make sure that we are, putting a lot of positivity in our minds. And the way we do that is by, doing personal development, whether it has to do with leadership, whether it has to do with confidence, whether it has to do with anything that will help you elevate as an individual. So personal development is a must every single day, and if you haven't been doing it in the past, that's fine. I know I wasn't doing personal development before I became a coach. I didn't even think I needed to do that, and so as long as you do 10 minutes every day until you build that, just like the program, 21 Day Fix. What is 21 Day Fix all about? It's about you building a new habit. And so you do it 21 days consistently so that it becomes a part of your life. Same thing with personal development. I want you to do it 10 minutes every single day for 21 days until you get into the habit, and then you can increase it to 15 minutes and then 20 minutes. And then there's a lot of members that do an hour, that do, was that me? How did I do that? I don't know how I did that. There's a lot of team members that actually, oh, that was weird. Is that me doing that? I don't even know. But anyway, a lot of team members that are doing personal development for more than an hour. They do it 2 hours. They do it 3 hours, because it's playing always in the background while they're washing dishes, while they're folding clothes, while they're cleaning, That's why audios are so cool. So that's personal development. And then the fourth one is recognize, which is really just celebrating, which is a lot of what we do in our challenge groups. We're celebrating every milestone, every achievement, So whether it's you celebrating your challengers or you celebrating your coaches when they're advancing in their business, but also, guys, don't think that it stops there. We celebrate in our families. We celebrate, at work, because when you give love, you're going to receive love. And that is just one of the laws, right? You reap what you sow, So make sure that you are doing this on a consistent basis. So invite, which you will learn how to do throughout these next 5 days. You are going to continue to improve the product work. You are going to start engaging in personal development if you haven't been doing it yet. And then you are going to be giving a lot of love. Attending events. Attending events is super, 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 super important in our business. Because you get to meet coaches in your team that you haven't met before, or you get to just bond and learn together. And it's just a nice way to do business, basically. And you got to remember, you're doing business with people you want to do business with, right? At work, unfortunately, sometimes you work with people you don't want to work with, but you have to because you need that check to pay your bills. Here, you want to surround yourself with the people that, you want to be around. So attending events is important. Super Saturdays happen every quarter. Our next Super Saturday is October... one second. I want you guys to put this on your calendar. I believe it's October 20. 22nd. I'm going to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure it's October 22nd. And basically, this is where we have training. This is where we celebrate success together. This is where you meet, like I said, your team members, you hang out. And so there are several locations in New York, but there's also locations outside of New York if you're not in New York. And this is where, you find the one that's closest to you. The one that we go to is the one in Queens, but I know that some team members go to the one in Westchester. So really, as long as you're connecting and you're plugging in, I don't care where you go, as long as you go. And then the annual event is actually the Coach Summit. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, and that was just the one that just passed. But the next one that's happening in 2017 is in New Orleans, and it is in July of next year. So this is something that 14 members of our team went, and our goal is to get more people out there, because your business is going to explode once you go to these events, because it's a lot of training and it's just really hands-on, and it's an amazing experience. So remember, attending event, and not only that, remember for Super Saturday, it's important for you to go there too, because you want to bring your family, your friends that you would like for them to jump on board with you. And so, all you got to do is invite them. They come, and then the rest is done by the presentations and the trainings that take place at that place. All right. All right. So this is your Coach Action Plan, and this is what I want for you guys to print, save, or whatever is easier for you, and then send it to me on Friday this week, which is Friday the 26th. All right. Don't worry about the Success Partner right now. Success Partner is something that, once you start to work with coaches on your team, you're going to see who compliments you. And then you're going to, ask each other out, basically, in terms of, hey, let's push each other on our business, and it really just helps to keep each other accountable. So that's something that you will do on your own once you start to get to know the people on the team. My why, that's an important one, guys. I became a Team Beachbody coach because. So what I don't want to see in that box is I became a Team Beachbody coach because I want to help people. Because guess what? That is actually a byproduct. It's default to you becoming a coach, because that's what we do as coaches. We help people get healthy and fit. That's what we do. We help people live a healthy, fulfilling life. That is part of our job description, believe it or not. So I don't want to see that there. What I want to see there is what is going to make, what is going to help you get out of bed every day, with enthusiasm to work this business. Because many of you, as we discussed, are full-time employees. And so, you guys are busy at work. You're working, at least 8 hours a day. If you have family, you have to come home and cook. You have to come home and clean. You have to do all these responsibilities that by the time you're done, you might be so exhausted, and then you still have to work out and work on you. And then now you have to work on this business. So we're going to show you how to do that in 1 hour, number one. But not only are we going to show you how to do that in 1 hour, but what's 1 hour sometimes can be something a little stressful for some of you. You don't know what it is that you should be doing in that hour. But also, what is it going to, take for you to think, what? I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do this power hour. That's what we call it, guys. It's a list of things that you should be doing on a daily basis to move your business forward. And so if you don't know what that why is, then guess what? It's not going to move you to invite. It's not going to move you to do the activities that you should be doing, following up with people, inviting people. So let me share with you what my why was when I first started, which I already did. But basically so that you can remember what it has to look like. So for me, I was feeling like crap, like I said to you guys, because I wasn't contributing financially to the home. So I was trying to be frugal with everything, all my decisions, because I didn't want my husband to spend. And then when I fell in love with Shakeology, I knew that I didn't want him to pay for it. So I vowed that I would work hard enough and make sure that I helped enough people to cover 2 bags of Shakeology. That was my why at that point. And that's what motivated me every single month to at least help, 5 people. I told you guys 3 people, right? my goal was 5. And it's been my goal ever since I started. And I haven't missed it, thank God. And so what is my why today? And, it's progressed from 2 bags of Shakeology. And now I'm going to share my why. It's a big why. And it's something that motivates me every day to, show up to my business, to show up to calls, to do my personal development, to make sure I'm engaging in all the 4 behaviors that I shared with you guys, right? Which is invite, be proof the product works, do personal development, and recognition. I want to retire my husband from his job, from his full-time job. So what does that mean? That means that I have to match his income in order to bring him home. That's a very big why. It's a very powerful why. And why do I want to do that? Because I want him to enjoy Matias the way I enjoy Matias on a daily basis. And so I want you guys, to make sure that why makes you cry if you don't accomplish it. So it has to be something deep. It has to be something meaningful to you, right? Because that's what's going to move you to continue working this business. Because my why doesn't mean anything to you. So, but I want you to make sure that, your why, I'm going to make sure that it means something to you, because I'm going to remind you of it when you guys are feeling down or are feeling unmotivated. So it has to be something personal, because I can't motivate you with my why. All right. So that's the first thing I want you to really, really concentrate on throughout this week, so that when you send it to me by Friday, it means a lot and it's powerful. And then you're going to set your goals for month 1, month 2, month 3. And the first thing that I want you to concentrate on is, listen, as on your first month, the first thing is we're going to teach you how to gain that investment back. So remember, 3 people, that's it. And that should actually be your goal for the next 3 months. Because basically the idea is that you never pay for Shakeology again, right? And then if you want to find out what a success starter is, you're going to click on that. And it's basically someone who achieves Success Club every single month for the first 3 months and earns a free ticket to Summit, which is in New Orleans next month. And then how to rank advance to Emerald. And all of that actually is going to be part of your phase 2 training. So what I want is for you guys to just focus on, helping 3 people this first month. And if you do that, then you will be able to move yourself into the phase 2 training, so that you can find out all about the compensation plan, all about rank advancements, and how to earn moving your business to the second level and all that great stuff. All right. So now the other piece is connecting your goals to your why, defining your daily activities, which we will teach you how to do during this training, holding yourself accountable. Scheduling your time is important, guys. Remember, even if you only have one time, is knowing when you are going to work this business, that 1 hour. So even if you have, maybe I said one time, even if you have 1 hour a day, is knowing when you're going to work that hour. So whether that means you're going to wake up earlier, or you're going to sleep an hour later, or you're dividing it. I had people, have to divide it, that they're working half hour maybe during the lunch break and then half hour right before bedtime. It doesn't matter when you're doing, as long as you get it done. Copy. And then guys, okay. The second one is just identifying your potential obstacles. And that's important, because if you can identify them and then know how you're going to overcome those obstacles, is important for you to continue moving forward. All right. And then don't worry about the challenge group, because your first challenge group, you are going to be adding those individuals to either my group, if you're my personal sponsor coach, or your sponsoring coaches group, so that you are not overwhelmed thinking about that. And then eventually the goal is that you are running your own groups by yourself as an independent coach. So that's basically all I have in terms of this. Let me stop share, and then I'm gonna share with you guys what your first week of training is going to entail, and then I'm gonna open it up for questions, and then you guys are good to go. Oh my God, there's a lot of people on the phone. All right, so So our phase one training, and again, I'm not going to overwhelm you with what's going to happen after phase one, right? Phase two, you have to basically qualify for that in order to move into that training. And so what is phase one training going to look like? It's going to be 5 days, all right? Monday all the way through Friday. On your first day, you are going to be creating a contact list. We're going to show you how to do that because many of you, I know it seems very overwhelming. Like, I don't know 100 people. Well, guess what? By the time Friday comes around, you're going to have 100 people, at least 100 people on your list. We're going to show you how to do that. Yes, day two is going to be about connecting with those people and how to go about doing that. And that's not going to be about talking Beachbody stuff. This is just you connecting with people, all right? 3 is going to be about learning to invite them into now this journey of yours. And we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to ask the right questions, how to provide value to these individuals. Day 4 is going to be all about, overcoming objections. And day 5 is going to be about social media and how to post on social media. It doesn't have to be, pretty. It doesn't have to be, some people freeze because they see all these coaches, maybe you're friends with coaches and you see all these nice graphics. Listen, I don't know anything about graphics. I don't think I'll ever learn anything about graphics. I'm not creative. So if you are, oh my God, kudos to you. I know that I'm not, and I don't think I'll ever be creative, but as long as you're connecting with people, we're going to show you how to do that. And that's basically what your training is going to look like. And then once you are able to help 3 people into getting, starting a healthy journey, then you'll be able to come into phase 2 of the training, which you'll learn more about moving your business forward. And that's basically it, guys. I'm really, really excited about, tomorrow. And I'm excited about you learning all the basics to helping at least 3 people so that you can continue to, drink your shake. But the idea is that you can continue to, not only pay it forward, but also help, grow this business if this is something that you see doing moving forward. And that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And you can unmute yourself if you do. Anyone? No? Cool.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi, Marilena.
The rest of the trainings this week, my sponsor, Coach Ida, had mentioned that they're going to be during the day, and I know that you're trying your best to accommodate people who are working full time. Will they be recorded so that I can catch up on it later, or?
So throughout the week, they're not going to be a live call. They're actually going to be videos. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's going to be, you're all going to be added today into a private group on Facebook. All right. And in there, you could do the training as long as you're coming in, during once a day to do the training. So if you come in at 6 a.m, that's up to you. If you come in at 10 p.m, that's up to you. Doesn't matter. The training is going to be posted, right? Once a day, and then you come in there as long as you're coming in to do the training. Doesn't matter when you do it. But it's going to be either a post or a recorded video. And if I decide to go live in there, you don't have to be in there when I'm going live in there. You just make sure you come in whenever you have the time and you catch that recording after.
Okay. So will there be like assignments during these things? Okay.
Yes. So every day you will have a task to complete, and then you can put your assignment on that page.
All right.
Okay. And then at the end of the week on Friday, I expect that you send not your sponsoring coach. So in your case, you will send it to Ida. You'll send your business quick start, the document I just went over, that you're completed, and you're going to send it to her. For anyone who's under me, you would send it to me. Anyone who's under Nilda, you'll send it to Nilda. And then, but the assignments for the training go in the training page.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not like a live training every day. You do it at your, at your convenience, basically. I do expect that you come in once a day in there.
Okay, perfect.
Anyone else? No. Cool. Thank you, ladies and gents, because I see Rudy, for hopping on. I know that Sundays are a day for family and also like catching up on house chores. So thank you so much for hopping on. Is there questions in this chat? What's going on here?
Hey, Gabs, I also want to say to the ladies, it's not about you trying to sell somebody again, and I want to keep reiterating that. I know Gabby mentioned it. It's about you just talking about your journey. Mm-hmm. You're on a weight loss journey. You're on a health journey. You're on whatever it is, and as long as you talk about your journey, people are going to be attracted to you, and they're going to come over. They're going to ask you questions. Just show your enthusiasm. That's pretty much what sells. When you're enthusiastic and you're real about it. And get your app downloaded on that phone, because the mobile app is much better than doing it on a computer. It's easier to send it out. That was the only two things I had, because people are always asking, oh, what do I do first? So those are the first things, not to overwhelm you.
Thank you, Rudy. And are you talking the app? Are you talking about the one where you send people the link? Oh, okay. Yeah. So we'll show you how to. Actually, there is a document that walks you through, and it's basically when you all signed up, you guys received an email on your a link to your emails to sign up. And so we'll show you how to do that instead of sending people to your website. And it's the easiest way to have someone enroll. But that's once you have someone. And listen, this training is going to be tailored to you. So if you have any question about how do I do this, whoever, so either myself or whoever has people in that training. So Nilda has people, I know Ida has people. So whoever is in that, and can catch the question first, basically, you guys feel free to do like a quick, how to basically, so that everyone can know. So like, let's say you say, I have someone to sign up, Gabby, and we haven't gone over the application yet on how to send a link out. Then right there, we're ready to show everybody, this is how you send that out. So that, it's tailored to your needs. But the idea, the 5 days are going to remain the same. But if you have questions in between those 5 days, it's going to be tailored to those needs at that particular time. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you, Rudy, for your 2 cents. So anyone else before we go have any other questions? No? All right, cool. And I just have to say that we had our first Fit Club yesterday, and it was a total success. And that's basically where we all got together and got to work out live and invited, right, friends and family to come over. And be prepared, ladies, because you might be topped. We topped Maria Elena, and she shared her success story with everyone who was there. She did an amazing job, very inspiring. And so, many of you here, have, or all of you, I should say, have really inspiring stories. And, every story is different, very touching to, the listener. You might connect with one person, 2 people, and you guys have the power to inspire many people. So take this journey very seriously, because we all do. And we are very, happy to have you be a part of Team Advent, and we're happy that you have joined, this great mission that Paul Zeigler has, which is our CEO. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight and tonight. We always jump on tonight, but this morning, and this training rolling tomorrow. All right.
Yep. Gabby, really quick, I had a lot of people reach out to me about the Fit Club. Like, oh, we missed it. When are you having another one? So I think that we should definitely already start thinking about doing another one, because I think that's how we're going to get a bigger crowd. Absolutely. People were very excited. I did see a lot of people commenting on our pictures saying that is at work, or we got to definitely do one again before the summer's over. So yes, definitely. And guys, I know some of you might not be, in the area, but, you're still in New York City, in that New York City area. So we definitely want to be able to
to see you guys, to bond with you guys. So, we'll definitely plan this one, 2 weeks ahead of time so that everybody is fully aware and put it in their calendars and be able to invite, their contact list. So, cool. Thank you, ladies, for jumping on. Have a great Sunday, the rest of the Sunday. Bye.